Hi, my name's Julia and I'm a mummy to three lovely little children. Sadly, last year my middle child, Sophia, lovingly known as Fifi, died at the age of 6 years old. She was a happy, beautiful, clever, amazing, fun, cheeky, creative little girl, and she had no health issues at all. Then in the summer of 2018, she just started to show a few little symptoms, just acting a little bit differently. She was quite clumsy and she was more tired. She'd cry sometimes when she woke on a morning. She was sick, but only a number of times. And we just got her checked out a few times and was told that it was a virus. Kids get viruses all the time. Then mid-August we went to Devon to visit some grandparents, and that's when I started to get really worried because she was acting quite delirious. She was repeating herself quite a lot. Again, we got checked, and it was put down to like a food phobia because she had choked and she was chewing her food quite relentlessly. So we got checked again when we got back, and this time things had changed quite dramatically. She fell over, her legs gave way, she was repeating herself quite a lot. So they admitted her straight away. A CT scan showed no mass, but it showed specks on the back of the brain, white spots. Then we got sent for an emergency MRI scan. The MRI showed basically that she had an aggressive cancerous brain tumour on the midbrain, so on the brain stem right at the back, in the worst place basically to have a brain tumour. We were told that it was inoperable, incurable, and the life expectancy was between 9 to 12 months. Her disease was called DIPG, which is diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma. This disease basically has had no improvement in treatments whatsoever for decades. For over 60 years, there's no cure. So the only thing they could offer us was palliative radiotherapy. So she had 6 weeks radiotherapy, which basically just halts the tumour from growing temporarily. Maybe even reduce it slightly, but it doesn't save them at all. So you're told to go home, have fun, make memories, even though you know your child's dying, which is just the worst thing in the world. And I'm basically making this video today because this continues. 40 kids a year in the UK are diagnosed with DIPG, not to mention all the other rare childhood cancers, which don't get any government funding practically whatsoever, because they're rare. But that's 40 children given a death sentence every year just with DIPG, and that's 40 lives taken and 40 families destroyed. So there really does need to be more awareness and more funding backed by the government. Once you enter the childhood cancer world, there's a big strong community there, and in the DIPG community, it's a club no one wants to be in because it means either your child's fighting for their life, died, or has just been diagnosed. So within this community, there's so many heartbroken families who are trying their best to raise funds through their own charities they've created, and it just seems a bit wrong that it's grieving, heartbroken families who are trying to make the difference, when it needs a lot more help and money from the government. So basically this petition has been created by a heartbroken grandma called Fiona Mary, who lost her lovely little boy Logan to DIPG, and she's pushing to try and get as many signatures as possible to get the discussion into Parliament, for them to address why the funding is so little and what can be done to change things in the future. Because many more families will be diagnosed with DIPG and other childhood cancers, and it's just for them to have hope and choices and treatment some point in the future, because I know myself just how painful it is to watch your child die and for them to lose their abilities one by one. Fifi sadly lost her eyesight in the last few weeks of life, and it's just something you wouldn't wish upon anyone, let alone a little innocent child. So please sign the petition and share it as much as you can. It takes 2 minutes and it's not much to ask for something that could potentially make a massive difference for future families and for children. So thank you for watching, and please sign.